Hey, Tom, what we heard from Mr. Dutton just a little bit earlier, which wasn't what I was after, but it's with regard to One Nation, because it's emerging as a bit of a wild card at this election. We just heard Peter Dutton say Pauline Hanson wouldn't have a seat at his cabinet table, but polling is showing a sudden surge in support for One Nation. Will that affect the Coalition or Labor come Saturday?
It could do, with the same caveat as earlier, keeping in mind what polls are. They're polling about 10% at the moment. That's quite high. They're kind of in the same range as the Greens at this point. I'm not sure anyone expects One Nation to win lower house seats. It's very difficult for minor parties if they don't have a good foothold. But it could be significant on preferences that the Coalition could benefit from One Nation preferences in outer suburban and regional seats where One Nation is going very well. It's another question altogether about whether the Coalition would in some way incorporate Pauline Hanson into government. I think that's probably very unlikely, and Peter Dutton ruled it out today. But it shows that people like Pauline Hanson and Clive Palmer and even the Teals on the other side of politics can have a real influence on the makeup of governments, even if they don't win enough seats to form government themselves. I think there's going to be really interesting One Nation results, potentially in the Senate, but they could even make some significant headway in lower house seats. I think Hunter in New South Wales is a good example of that. So, as usual, Pauline Hanson likes being part of the action, and she likes messing with the major parties. In this case, they've done a bit of a preference deal and they're moving the Coalition up in some seats. So I think that probably will have an effect. Exactly what it will be, we won't know until after Saturday is won and lost.